For example, let's say you have an AI agent that is able to do a bunch of crazy tasks. Maybe you can find that agent to be able to only do tasks in a sandbox or a work environment. So it's just something that restricts it in the areas where it needs to be restricted. They also talk about the fact that the RSP should be iterative, basically saying that with every update, they need to make sure that they update this regularly because, of course, AI is dynamic. And of course, they're basically saying that, look, we're going to regularly measure the capabilities of their models and rethink the security and safety approaches in light of how things have developed. Here's where Anthropic actually talk about how they're going to internally document their findings and recommendations regarding the safeguards they've implemented. So it will be interesting to see what kind of things they talk about, because sometimes what Anthropic will do is they will basically conduct these safety experiments and they'll be like, okay, we conducted a safety experiment and we found that Claude ran off and did this, he ran off and did that. So we're basically recommending that if you have a model that is this capability, make sure it doesn't do this. And I think it was like the other day that literally Claude went off to Google something that was pretty random. And I saw someone else have the same issue where the model just went off to do something on its own, which is, of course, I guess, an emergent capability, considering that we haven't really given these models the ability to control computers before. But now that this is a thing here, I think this is showing us where we kind of need to ensure that we have certain safeguards. Now, I do wonder if this is going to become a real thing. They're basically stating here that currently we don't have any way to verify any AI companies' adherence to responsible scaling policies or whatever plans that they do have, because we don't know the outcomes of the training run. Basically, they're saying that, look, if any AIs are internally going rogue, we don't have any kind of knowledge of this because these companies are extremely private. And if they are doing it, we want them to be able to publish it so that way we can actually see what is going on in these companies, at least on the risk side, and the ways that they're, reining in these models in terms of these, risk evaluations. And they're basically stating that, look, transparency alone doesn't guarantee robust policies, because the problem is that yes, these companies might be open about what's happening, but they might just lie.